You want to change your life? Start with what you do before the world even wakes up. Before the emails, before the notifications, before the noise. There is a sacred window between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m.s where the most powerful people on the planet build their empires, where billionaires set their intentions, where winners win before the competition even opens their eyes. If you've ever wondered what separates the ultra-successful from everyone else, don't look at their suits, their jets, or their meetings. Look at their mornings, because the secret is not in what they own, but in what they do, consistently, daily, deliberately before the sun rises. Let's walk into the quiet hours of billionaires. Let's peel back the curtain on the mindset, the habits, and the rituals that drive their extraordinary success. This isn't theory. This is the routine behind the results. It's the discipline behind the domination, the calm before the storm. Let us dive into what billionaires do before 8 a.m.s, how you can adopt their habits to transform your own life. They wake up early not because they have to, but because they want to. The early wake-up call is not just about productivity. It's about taking control. Billionaires wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. because those hours are theirs. Uninterrupted, peaceful, strategic. They rise before the world can demand anything of them. Before they become reactive, they choose to be proactive. That's the first mindset shift. They know that when you win the morning, you win the day. And if you stack enough winning days together, you win at life. The first thing they do is breathe, not scroll, not check the news. They breathe. Many billionaires start their day with some form of mindfulness, whether it's meditation, breathing, or silent gratitude. Why? Because the mind is the most powerful tool they own, and it must be sharpened first. They take a few moments to center themselves, to focus on being calm, to build clarity before chaos. You can't lead an empire if you can't lead your own mind. After their mind is still, they move their body. Physical activity is non-negotiable. Some hit the gym, some go for a run. Others practice yoga or stretch, but they move with purpose, because the body and mind are connected. When your blood is pumping, your brain is firing. You're awake, you're alert, you're alive. Exercise releases endorphins. It boosts confidence. It trains discipline. Billionaires use their workouts not just for health, but for mental sharpness and resilience. It's not about looking good, it's about feeling unstoppable. Next, they fuel with intention. No sugar crashes, no fast food. Billionaires treat their bodies like a high-performance vehicle. They put in the best fuel to get the best results. This could be a nutrient-packed smoothie, clean protein, hydration with lemon water, something that powers the body without draining it. More than the food, it's the ritual. It's about owning the first decision of the day and making it a powerful one. They don't eat for comfort, eat for clarity, energy, and momentum. Then they set their vision. Billionaires don't stumble into their success. They design it, and they do it daily. They journal, they visualize, they write goals, they plan their day. But not just the to-do list. They ask powerful questions. What are my top 3 priorities today? What's the one thing that moves the needle? Who do I need to become to get there? They think long-term, but act short-term. They align their daily actions with their massive vision. Their morning is a strategy session. Every move is calculated. Because if you don't design your day, someone else will. They consume with precision. Instead of drowning in distractions, they choose what enters their mind. Reading, listening to audiobooks, studying biographies, absorbing knowledge that fuels their mission. Warren Buffett reads 4 hours a day. Oprah starts with inspirational readings. Elon Musk learns voraciously. They feed their minds with quality information that sharpens their thinking and expands their vision. They don't binge content, they curate it. What you put in is what comes out. Billionaires know their input determines their output. They make powerful decisions early. Some billionaires practice what is called decision fasting, delaying non-essential choices to preserve mental energy for the big ones. But when it comes to important tasks, they tackle them early. The hard conversations, the strategic calls, the needle-moving actions. They don't wait for motivation, don't check how they feel. They act based on commitment, not emotion. By 8 a.m., They've already made more progress than most people make in a day. Because success loves speed, and fortune favors the bold. They protect their time like it's gold because it is. Billionaires aren't just productive, they're selectively productive. They use the early morning to work on themselves and their vision before the world pulls them into distractions. They block time, they guard their calendars, say no more than they say yes. Not because they're cold, but because they're clear. They don't chase everything. They choose a few things and go all in. If your schedule is full of everyone else's priorities, your life will be full of regret, eh? They lead themselves before they lead others. Before the meetings, before the deals, before the media. They build their inner world so they can lead in the outer one. They check in with their values, their mission, their purpose. Because when you know who you are and what you stand for, you're unshakable. Billionaires don't just create companies, they create cultures, and that starts with self-leadership. They don't just lead teams, they inspire movements. But it all begins before 8 a.m. with silence, sweat, strategy, and self-mastery. Here's the truth. Anyone can start doing what billionaires do. You don't need millions in the bank. You don't need an assistant. You don't need perfect conditions. You need one thing: a decision. A decision to rise earlier, to move intentionally, to think bigger, to execute without excuse. The habits of the wealthy are not exclusive. They're available. What's rare is the discipline to commit to them. That's your edge. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. Just win your mornings. Stack the habits. Build the rhythm. Master your dawn. Because if you own the morning, you own the day. If you own enough days, you will build a life most only dream of. You'll stop surviving and start designing. You'll stop hoping and start executing. And when the world finally wakes up, you'll already be miles ahead, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. Before 8 a.m., you've become the person the world can't ignore. So set your alarm. Get up with intention. Move, reflect, fuel, plan, and dominate. Not tomorrow, today. Because what billionaires do before 8 a.m. isn't just about success. It's about who they become while the rest of the world sleeps. And now you can too.